Hi guys, and welcome back to Angel Competition Bikinis YouTube channel. So today we're going to teach you how to pick the perfect suit, and I have a special guest, Miss Ashley K, to help us pick the perfect suit, so stay tuned.
All right, so we have this lovely rack of suits. I'm in heaven right now. Savannah, let's talk a little bit about choosing one of these bad boys and how does somebody pick the color, the cut, the stones. It's just a lot to choose from, so people might get overwhelmed, right?
Yeah.
But you have some tips for choosing the perfect suit for you. And let's start with color, for example.
Color? Okay. That's the hardest part of your suit, is picking the perfect color. You can't go wrong with jewel tones. So this is, greens and blues, purples, reds, of course, signature reds. Those tend to look good on everyone. If you're a first-time competitor, blue is always my go-to color. It's just the orange and the brown of the tans. I feel like the blue just pops. It's safe, you know. It's not a risk. You're going to look good on stage no matter what.
Right.
Your hair color, eye color.
Exactly. I've never seen blue look bad on anyone, if it's the right shade of blue, because as you know, we can get anywhere from a royal blue to a very pale blue.
Yeah.
And I think that's something to be aware of is, sometimes if the color is too light, it might not show the pastel color on stage. It might kind of just wash out. So maybe you should kind of explain why that happens.
So light colors are not the best suits for you. If you're fair-skinned and you wear a lighter color suit, it tends to have a washout effect. You don't have that pop. Mm-hmm. You want it to contrast from your hair. So if you're blonde, yellow is a no-go. It's just gonna be one full block of color, and the judges can't really, it's distracting, It doesn't highlight you in the best way possible. So you kind of have to look at your suit color, contrast it from the hair, and also those light colors will get washed out. The stage lights are so bright that even dark tones will get a little lighter on stage. So it's better to stay dark, so it will still be dark on stage. If you go pastel, it might show up white.
Right.
And we don't want that on stage.
Yeah, and I think it's also important to note, sometimes you think a color looks good on you in real life, in your day-to-day, I love this powdery blue or whatever, and I think this is my favorite color. It looks good on me on my day-to-day skin tone. But once we get under the lights, it might not be your favorite color. So I think it's important to take that into consideration. Your favorite color in real life that you're comfortable with wearing might not translate well to the stage. So you have to kind of be a little bit open-minded and maybe try a different color. And who knows, maybe you'll like it even more.
Exactly. So I think that covers color. When else you're picking a suit, what are other things that you consider when you're looking at your suit?
The stones can definitely change the color of your suit, right? So if you have, let's say, a red suit and then you put white stones on it, it's probably gonna become pink.
Yes.
And that goes for every suit. So you can darken a suit or you can lighten a suit by the color of stones. And I think it's also important to note too, the styles of stones, some of them are reflective and some of them are more light absorbing, right?
Yes, there's two different types of crystals. So there's an AB, which stands for Aurora Borealis. So if you think of the Northern Lights, it's rainbow in the sky, so rainbow in the sparkle. So it's multicolored. So that kind of gives you that little white pops on stage. It's really bright, really sparkly if it has AB in the name. If it doesn't, so we have crystal AB, that's real bright, real sparkly. Right. We have crystal clear, so it's going to stay its true color on stage. So if you have sapphire, it's just a dark blue stone, it will shine dark blue on stage, and you won't get a lot of that white that you see, those little white flakes on stage. So I like to mix a little bit of both, a flat crystal with some sparkle, so it keeps your suit dark, but it also gives you that pop everyone's looking for.
Right, yeah, that's right, because if you like a color and you want to maintain that color, it's important to have some of that color in the stone, but like you said, that AB crystal adds the shine, the sparkle. So it's good to have a good mix. And I know that Angel has different patterns of stones. Some of them are like an ombre, some of them are focused more into the center, and then gradient and all these different styles. So I think that's pretty cool is, you know, you can experiment with the stone colors and you can mix and match the stones, and different patterns create different effects on the suit, which I think is cool. And one of my new favorite designs is the, what is it? It's the Crystal Nova. Yes, I love that. It adds like a lot of like 3D dimension to the suit. And if you kind of want to describe why it does that and the placement of it.
So our Crystal Nova has like a darker edge around the suit and a lighter center. It doesn't always have to, you can go flip-flop, but what I've seen from just your stage shots is the suit doesn't lay flat. It has a three-dimensional effect, so this Nova is going to be great for all divisions. So not only bikini, I've seen it in wellness, figure too, and specifically small-chested athletes. So if you're flat, like, and there's no dimension with the stones, then you're not going to have a full chest. But if you do a Nova and you have a darker edge, suddenly it looks rounded and full, and that's kind of what we want to look like on show day.
Yes, exactly. You gotta cheat. So coming to the cut, you guys have different cuts for the top. Yes. Which I think is cool.
We do.
So one thing that I really appreciate now is you have the molded cup for the tops. And that helps me out a lot. I don't have the biggest boobs. So I like that the cup is molded and I don't have to use any padding. It's already set and it just looks more elegant, I guess, more put together. And I just been obsessed with the molded cup ever since it came out. So
it's mine too. So our molded cup has built-in padding on the edge. So, you know, it pushes everything up and in, and it's kind of rounded on the edge. So it does help the chest look very full. And if you go standard, that would probably be better if you're trying to stuff it, you know, if you really need to get some more cleavage, or if you're on the other end with a full chest. You don't need the molded top. You could probably just, you know, do without the padding and go standard.
Right, totally. And I like that I don't have to use bikini bite or glue for my suit top with the molded. So I'm a fan. I will never go back. But yeah, it's all up to you and what you're trying to accomplish on stage.
Awesome. So I think we've covered color, crystals, fits, the bottom fit too. So what do you like to look for in the back of your suit? Do we want somebody to cover your glutes?
Oh no, we can't cover all this hard work. But with that being said, I am a pro, so there are different standards, and depending where your location is, right?
True.
They're gonna be looking for the cut of your back. And honestly, it also becomes, what are you comfortable with on stage? Because if we have somebody that maybe they're a transformation athlete, and you know, maybe they're not ready to you know, roll with the big dogs, I guess you could say, but they're just stepping on stage just for the experience. Maybe they want a little bit more coverage, and that makes sense. Or somebody that maybe is a little more modest, you know? Yeah, maybe they want a little more coverage in the back, but that's not me.
No, we want to show off your glutes.
So I use, what is it, the pro cut, right?
You're an Olympian now.
The Olympian cut.
It is the smallest cut.
The smallest cut.
Okay. I mean, so we have a bunch of different cuts for every different body type and division, because we also have other athletes in different, you know, natural divisions, and they're a little more conservative. I have, you know, masters competitors who are doing this as a bucket list. Who don't want to show off the goods.
Right,
and
totally.
Maybe, like, development-wise, they still have a ways to go in their journey. So they're building their glutes. They don't necessarily have it to show off. I personally am going to go to a micro this year. So if you're competitive in like the national league, you can show them off. If you got it, show it. You just have to be very lean to be able to pull off smaller cuts and have not too full glutes. So there's a balance. You don't want to show off so much where you are just showing everything to the judges.
You got to be comfortable, you know. And I'm glad that there is options for everyone, so that we can all, you know, all make it work.
And connectors is a little bit different. What connectors do you like?
So I usually just go with, I believe it's the double band. Is that what you would call it? Double band?
The double.
And I'll be honest, I was very stubborn because for a long time, I was doing the windows. It took a long time for me to get rid of the windows, but I'm glad I did. Now I'm doing the double band, but that seems to be the trend now these days. You'll see more of like a single band or a double band, rather than, you know, maybe like 5 or 10 years ago, you would see like big chunky connectors, or even the dangly ones. Used to see those a lot, but those are no longer a thing. It's pretty much all the single double.
Yeah. Thin is in.
Thin is in.
Thin is in for your connectors. So those like chunky ones, those are kind of out. What I found is that is more sparkle, it's thicker, it pulls the judge's eye there, which we want them to look at your whole physique.
Right.
We don't want them to look at the connector.
Yes.
That's not the point of this. We want to look at the conditioning. So if you have a simple connector, it lets, you know, the physique do the talking and it helps elongate it. So like the smaller and thin, dainty connectors, it really does help elongate the torso. It might also make you look bigger. So like figure athletes, I always will say, you know, do single, it's gonna make you look bigger. If you do thicker connectors, it could potentially make your upper body look smaller.
Yes.
So you can manipulate the connectors to kind of help with that balance and symmetry as well.
Definitely.
I know there's a lot of things that we covered, which should help you guys pick the perfect suit, but I know there's still some questions out there. If you're a first-time competitor, or if you just need a second opinion on what color and what size to get, I take consultations. So I'm one of the suit stylists here at Angel Competition Bikinis. We do offer free consultations, and we have free fabric samples that you can order on our website as well. Everything is included in the description box if you would like to get on the phone and I can help you design your suit.
Yes, and also help with the fit too, because I'm sure
Yes.
a lot of competitors struggle with, you know, I'm 2 months out from a show, but I want to order my suit. I don't know what size I'll be at that time. So you're able to kind of guide them through that process, because our bodies are going to change, you know, in the span of 2 months. So it's important that you get a good fitting suit. It's very important actually, because hey, you know, you worked so hard for that physique on stage. You got to make sure all of these little details are lining up correctly to make the best experience possible.
Yeah, we want you to feel confident on show day, and we want the suit to fit perfectly. And it's, you know, it's like a wedding dress. So
Yeah, I like the comparison there.
Yeah, you know, you don't get to do this a lot, so
Yes.
it is important that you feel your most confident on show day in one of our Angel Competition Bikini suits.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you guys for watching. If you guys want to shop these suits, you can follow us on Instagram at Angel Competition Bikinis. And if you want to shop these suits, head over to angelcompetitionbikinis.com. And where can we find you?
I'm Ashley K. Fit on Instagram, or Ashley Kaltwasser on YouTube.
Awesome. Thanks for watching, guys.